gonna start streaming.
Sounds good. Sounds good, bitch.
Yo, dog, relax.
I'm sorry. Can't control myself. How much do you weigh?
190.
Dude, nice, dude. I'm 180. See that, big boy? You see that?
I was up to 200, and I just stopped eating like 2 meals a day, and just started eating 1 meal a day, and started snowboarding, and I lost like 20 pounds in like.
That's not good. That's not good.
That's just what you gotta do, man.
I'm going to the doctor on the 22nd. I think I'm gonna talk to him about some mental stuff too, because the whole anxiety, Dota addictive cycle, and I can't like
I've
live
right now, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I've gained 20 pounds, and granted, I've been eating a lot and going to the gym. So like we go to the gym every other day for an hour and a half. So I mean, I'm sure I've gained quite a bit of muscle, especially because when I started going, I could curl like 20s, and now I can curl like 45s. So I mean, I can't like do 10 reps of 45, but I literally couldn't even lift a 45 before. So I'm sure I've gotten stronger, but like my physical image of myself is exactly the same. Like I literally can't tell the difference despite having gained 20 pounds. And that's like pretty fucked up. And I had the same thing happen the opposite direction. When I was in university, I was very fat in first year. And then over a period of like 2 months, I lost like 30 pounds. And people were saying like, yo, Jenkins, you're looking skinny. And I was like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And they're like, no, dude, like we're worried about you skinny. Like I was like deathly ill. My parents were super worried and shit. And I saw myself as fat. I actually like, I would look in the mirror and I would be like, oh, I have a gut. I'm fat. My arms are big. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't know what I mean.
I don't really know what you mean because that's never happened to me, but I know
but it's
something that happens to people.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing. Cortisol? Gun show. Yeah, Janqueefus. Hell yeah. Love it. But yeah, it's weird. It's some weird stuff. So I'm gonna go to the doctor and be like, yo, what up with this, dog? What up with this?
What up with this? Say it like that.
I'm like, yo, dog, what the fuck's up with this, bitch? And then she'll be like, don't ever say that to me again.
Yeah, probably.
I'm your mother.
Will she really say that?
My doctor's a man. And also not my mother. It also doesn't exist because I don't have a family doctor. I'm just going to see like a weed doctor, like a Rastafarian.
A weeb doctor? Like he's going to prescribe you anime? That's a cool cup, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's my stepmom got it for me at an art show. It's got, I could go on about this cup forever, but it's got all like the intricacies that you would want in a teacup. Keeps it warm, but it has this large surface area here so that it will cool down in the drinking area. It's got the lip, like, believe me, there's like so many intricacies. This is actually a fucking amazing cup. You're right, it is. It is. I meditate in the bathtub. That's what I do. I'm reading chat, by the way, in case you're wondering, Donnie. Edge.
Peter, you ready to go? We're using the new live dashboard because YouTube is forcing us to, so hopefully it's not like fucking
cool
up. I hope.
That's legit.
Hit shareable link. That's what I want.
Your work videos are godlike. Work videos? I haven't made any work videos. But apparently they're godlike. I'm just kidding. I know what you're saying. I got you. Thank you. Appreciate you. I'm busy arguing with people in that Reddit thread about like basic logic. The Henry Reddit thread.
Oh no.
I'm literally not even defending him. I was just somebody said something really dumb and I was just like, yeah, yo, that's dumb, dude. And they're like, yeah, you're a Meepo scripter. It's like, yeah, dude, I'm scripting on Meepo with a 20% win rate. That totally makes sense. Even though I literally never play Meepo, when I do, I just fucking feed.
Yeah, the
Why would I have it? Why would I download a Meepo script?
lack
If I'm
of
gonna script anything, I'm gonna get a Pudge Hook script or something to make Pudge better. Because that hero sucks.
get an aimbot.
That wouldn't even be cheating if it's Pudge because he's so bad.
Just apply an aimbot to your Dota game. That'd be funny.
Yeah, that would make a lot of. That would totally work, dude. That would make a lot of sense. Let's see.
All right. Well, should we roll the intro and get into it?
Yeah, give her. I'll go and check out all the questions.
Cool. So
do we have any?
I don't know. Might just be taking them from chat.
I don't think we have I don't think we have any questions. These are all from last week, I think. March 12th.
All right. Well then.
Yeah, March 12th. That was that was last week. Oh no. All right.
So just keep an eye on it, and we'll take them from chat for now.
Yeah, okay. Well, we should let people know. Hey, preemptively, guys, if you have any questions, this is a Q&A podcast, so just put them all in chat, and we'll get to them. As many as you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Give her.
Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Alchemy Answers episode 25. 25. We are a quarter of the way to 100, and that is quite a feat for people like me and Jenkins, who
We're gonna be
have a lot of really
also.
good ideas, and we rarely follow through with them. So the fact that we've done 25 episodes is pretty great.
I don't know about really good ideas.
All right, well, I have reasonably good ideas. Yours are kind of trash, but I try to make up for your weaknesses.
But I have a lot of I have
support
so
player
many
that I
trash ideas, though. It's the thing is, it's just this like cesspool of just shitty ideas. You can kind of like pull one of them out of there, and be like, maybe if we wash that off, it'll be fine. You know what I mean? Sure. But so many trash ideas. If you're looking for just some shit covered trash, like I got you covered.
Sure. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay, well, seeing as none of our patrons decided to submit any questions so far, keep an eye on that thread to see if they do. But we'll just take questions from chat until we deem it unnecessary to answer any more questions.
Yeah, sounds good. I have a question here by Lindsay Thatcher asking thoughts on Greaves SF. I personally think Greaves are an incredibly powerful item, if not overpowered. I really like Greaves on any hero that lacks, a little bit of tankiness, wants the purge, wants the sustain, wants a bit of the utility, but then also has incredible team fight, like a hero that just really wants to fight, but sometimes just isn't able to do it because they're just running around and super squishy. So like Queen of Pain, I think Queen of Pain constantly wants to fight, wants to group up early, but it's like weird to group up early on a Queen of Pain or a Shadow Fiend because like what do they provide in terms of utility for team fighting or pushing towers? It's just damage, right? So people are building Greaves now on these like raw damage dealers. A lot of the time they'll build into like Greaves Atos just because it's a nice little mix of utility with these damage dealers, but Shadow Fiend is a hero that people are just building. They're going Greaves Yules. Greaves, like Blink Yules, then into BKB, then into Yasha and kind of more damage items. So it's like basically you have so much damage already in the early game that I feel like Greaves is just amazing for grouping up, and you're unkillable but also do so much damage that nobody can fight you. It's just a nice balance.
Yeah. I mean, it's an approach that I've really been thinking about a lot in Dota over the last year or so, which is that you don't necessarily need to go super ham in terms of like buffing something that your hero already does really well.
It's redundant. It's just redundant. That's all.
Instead, you buff the things that it doesn't do well, and suddenly you have a very well-rounded hero that can deal with basically any situation in any draft.
Right.
And I think that that's a super strong thing, but also something that's not really done very much. Usually you see like somebody goes Clinks and then they just go strictly damage items, or somebody goes for a Juggernaut and they go strictly damage items, or somebody goes for an Oracle and they go strictly damage items, or they go for a Dazzle and they just go strictly damage items because it's a pub. Everybody thinks it's all about killing people, but Guess how much damage you do when you're dead? None.
Unless you're Venge, then you get the illusion.
Yeah, that's true. And then you do a little bit of damage.
Yeah, a couple right clicks here or there. In relation to what you were saying, like, building basically what a hero lacks, it's generally very good. In previous Dota teams that I've played on, there's always been this like thought process that you pick a certain hero for like what it can do in the game for the strengths that it has. So, like for instance, Tiny is capable of killing waves really quickly, and he has burst, but he lacks in other ways. He falls off. He's slow. So, like, there are things that heroes lack because they are so strong in other elements. But when you have these things where they're really strong, but it scales also really well with if you were to get something that they lack. So, for instance, with like SF building into, defensive items because you already have so much damage. So then you're alive for longer and it's persistent damage. So you do like, exponentially more damage. It's kind of like the hero goes from just being good and well-rounded to literally fucking broken because the thing that it lacks is also something that scales with what it's very good at. That's the thing, is that like the longer you stay alive, the more damage you can do. SF already does a lot of damage, so it's like, if you stay alive on a Dazzle, it does less than staying alive on an SF because Dazzle doesn't do as much damage as SF, if you know what I mean. Just based on what the hero does. So those are the key kind of factors you want to look for in determining if this hero is like overpowered in a patch. It's like, all right, if we itemize in this way, how does it scale with the strengths as well as fix the weaknesses? And if it can do both, then you just have a broken hero.
Yep. I mean, that's usually what dictates being a broken hero, is if you can do
just way too much.
All of the jobs well.
Yep. Max says, how is your day going? How's your day going, Donnie?
It's going pretty well. It's been busy. I started this other job, so I've been working a lot and still trying to do Dota Alchemy stuff. And
how's that going? How many hours do you work?
It's like 25
a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Not bad.
No, but I mean, there's a lot to do, so it's kind of feeling like I have basically an infinite number of things that need to get done all the time.
You'll get the swing of things. It always feels like that.
Yep.
Dude, I was feeling so overwhelmed last week, just moving and the area didn't, going to the gym felt awful because it's like this new gym. It's like, I miss the old gym. Now it's just back to normal. You know what I mean? It just takes a while. You'll get the swing of things. My day's going good too. Thanks for asking. It's very nice of you. How's your day going, Max? Hope it's going well. So can you guys make hero-specific guides with item builds? You were doing a great job. Thanks. We have those, actually.
We have them. I will link it in chat. But
we need some other way to promote those, because I swear to God, so many people are getting like all of this publicity from these like hero guides. Yeah. And here we are cramming our balls into a vice on YouTube, making videos, and then also sticking one of the nuts into item builds. I shouldn't say we, actually. Donnie does it.
Yeah, but, I've made these and maintained these for like 2.5 years now, if you include Pugna, and people are like, "Oh, Mortal Faith, my hero! You saved us from Tortellini's sponsored guides."
I know, dude, that's what I'm saying,
man.
That's where I was going with the nut analogy.
I mean, whatever, dude. It's like
he's got like one nut here, and it's like, all right, dude, we got like 4 or 5 nuts going on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get us so banned.
I've got too many balls to handle at this point.
I definitely can agree with that. You have giant balls. We worked an event together. We shared a hotel room. We actually had our own hotel rooms, but Donnie refused. He's like, we got to do Dota Alchemy stuff. We got to do. It's Donnie. It's 11 p.m. We got to sleep. We got to do. It's synergy, building synergy. Donnie, there's a couch. You could sleep on that. Well, I got to sleep in the bed. It's building synergy. Dota Alchemy. It's like, come on, man. So yeah, I'm up close and personal with this guy, and I definitely could agree. Okay, so let's see. Bro, what is your signature hero and why? I mean, mine is probably Pudge, but I don't play it that much unless I'm somebody steals my lane and I'm just trying to have fun because it's not actually that good of a hero. Enchantress. People in pubs know me for that because spammed it for a long time. Whatever I'm spamming, people know me as like a hero spammer. What about you, Donnie? Bloodseeker?
Not anymore. I mean, Bloodseeker was it for a long time, but I think that the hero sucks right now, and he really doesn't feel fun to play.
That attack speed is so awful, man. It's so much worse.
It just really doesn't feel good, and it makes the hero feel super clunky to play. So I genuinely don't enjoy playing him anymore. So I have 980 games on the hero, and I've played him once in the last like 3 or 4 months. So I'm playing
That's how I feel about Pudge too.
Yeah, I've been playing a fuck ton of support though. So I've been playing a lot of
Oracle.
No, I actually haven't really played a lot of Oracle.
That's a mistake.
I should, but I've been really enjoying playing like Ancient Apparition. He's probably my favorite support. AA or
it's a fun hero.
I've been playing a decent amount of Undying too. He's always been kind of one of my favorites.
Oh, that hero's nuts. That's like the best 5.
Yeah,
Oracle and Undying.
He's really fun. I used to play a ton of Bounty Hunter 4. He's now more of a offlaner, but I really like Bounty and Nyx Assassin. Those are 2 of my favorite heroes, and then I play a ton of Lion as well. So
I see a lot of people playing Bounty as a 4, even 5.
Yeah,
just like get a stout shield and just hit people in lane.
Yeah,
the hero's just so good to have in a game. That's all, you know. It just feels so good.
Yeah,
those are good heroes. I see a lot of people picking Lion. It seems like a pretty mediocre hero. It's like it's good, but it's not bad.
Yeah, people play him more as like a
stable hero.
Yeah, that's the thing. I play him as like a 5 usually just because I end up always buying the most wars in the games because people just don't, and so I have to. I know a lot of people run mid Lion, which is bad, and then I also see a lot of people, the best players, the pros, are playing Lion as a 4. Like AUI plays Lion as a 4, and he just crushes with it.
Yep. Stunning guy, does decent damage.
Yep.
Finger of Death scales. Ags is great. Items on him are pretty good.
Yep.
Okay. Atos Rod OP. Yes.
I agree.
Talk about Spirit Breaker, please. I think Spirit Breaker's is alright. He's really good for pubs. He does something not many other heroes in Dota do, which is he just globally puts a target on somebody's head. I think that's always going to be good. BKB Piercing Disabler. The only issue is like potentially doesn't apply that much pressure in the laning phase, depending on what you're playing against. If you're playing against Pucks, Embers, heroes that just can't be charged, it's a problem. But I would say Spirit Breaker is like a good hero right now. He's a solid hero. He's not broken, but he's really solid.
He's super good against Bounty Hunter, who's popular, and he's super good against Monkey King, who's also very popular.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's good. He's in a good place, for sure.
Yep.
What agi carries are the most viable right now? I was actually just about to look at this, so I'm going to go to the hero list because I was trying to think. There's a lot of heroes that are. I don't want to spoil, for the videos that I'm doing, but I'm saying that a certain agi hero is not as good as people think it is, and there's a lot of other carries that you can pick that are kind of popping up. So we'll take a look at this. Like Troll, I think Troll is probably the best carry right now that I see people picking.
Definitely on the rise. I still hate that hero.
He's
so kiteable. I'd say Ursa's probably the best agi.
Ursa, Troll. Seeing occasional Weavers. I'm seeing Razor.
Ember Spirit's being played in the safe lane a lot in the pros.
Oh yeah, Ember safe lane. Maxing Sleight of Fist.
Mm-hmm.
Lycan is still getting picked up a decent amount.
Not an agi hero though, but
not an agi hero. PA is okay.
Yeah, I've also seen Sven played a lot as a 1 these days, and I think that's his real role, is a 1.
Yeah, his win rate has gone up now that people are starting playing it as a 1 again.
Yep.
So yeah, those are good carries. I mean, Anti-Mage is not like dog shit. He's okay. Yeah. Lone Druid is pretty good too.
Yeah, LD is actually, I think
it's a hard hero though.
He's like the second most banned hero at Dream League right now.
Like the bear with the reduced attack time is just stupid.
It's so busted, dude.
It's stupid. Like you just get an Ags and put it on a building and it'll kill it through backdoor protection.
Yep.
It could just throne you if you're not careful. And then all the other buffs that the bear gets from the talents that were changed only because the bear was so bad that nobody was building it to the bear. But now that it's good and now that you have all these armor talents and fear talents and magic resist talents for the bear, and it's gotten buffed. Like Lone Druid is actually nuts. I think that hero's probably underrated.
He's also almost impossible to beat in lane because the bear just right clicks you forever, and the Lone Druid's like, I'm just getting last hits, and you're taking damage, and you can't out harass a.
You just have like
bear.
You just have like a summonable support.
Yeah.
With like 3,000 HP.
Yeah.
Very convenient stuff.
Yep.
Spectre. I see Spectre get picked up a little bit. I think Terrorblade is always going to be relatively strong.
Yep.
Morphling gets picked up, but that's like a Monkey King, of course. Morphling is like a super high skill hero, though. I think Morphling's pretty hard to play. But yeah, I really do think that there are a lot of new carries that are coming into the limelight, and I'm glad. Like a lot of those ones that we mentioned at the end there, like, you know, Lone Druid and Morphling and Spectre, they haven't been getting picked all that much, but they're trending towards getting picked more, and you'll probably see a meta filled with those heroes instead of your Jugs, instead of your, Terrorblades, which we've seen for so long, and Anti-Mages and PLs. Yeah. I think we're going to see a new era of carries very soon.
I think we're kind of trending towards a playstyle where 4 heroes fight and 1 hero farms, and that really favors the heroes like Spectre, for example, and Lone Druid, who want to be playing alone all the time.
Yep, but then they kind of want to like sometimes fight.
Yep.
So it's like you can still sometimes show up to a fight with Lone Druid. You can still sometimes show up to a fight with Spectre, with Haunt.
You know who's not back is Sniper, who has the lowest win rate in high-level pubs.
Does he actually?
41% win rate.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's gross.
I didn't know that. What are they? They've just buffed him. What the fuck? The poor guy, man.
He's just so terrible at fighting early. I mean, I guess I don't know. I feel like he could be okay if he went for like the Phase Madness build or something, but
God, he does need a lot of levels.
Yeah. All right.
Sniper. That's such an easy hero. It's fine if it's bad. All right.
More questions.
Let's see. Where the hell was I finding this? All right, chat. Here we are. Atos Rado P. We already got to that. Agi carries. Can you guys explain how does the pros draft? Oh my god, dude, that is like
it's way too general of a question. I don't even understand how to start with that.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I can give you like a little bit. From what I understand, there's usually like 3. You have like scenarios of what happens if they ban this hero, what happens if they ban this hero, what happens if they ban this hero, if they pick this hero. You'll have that for like 6 or 7 different heroes that you consider important to your team and consider important to their team. And then after that, there's way too much to it to like get into it. There's like counter picking, there's picking flex picks. There's like picking for like a specific meta, picking for a specific meta of a specific series that's happening. There's like specialty heroes. There's cancer heroes you can last pick. There are like bait drafts where you can make something look like it's a support when it's really a carry, and then pick it. Like there's so much to drafting. You could literally write books about it.
Yeah, one thing I will say is usually the first ban phase is used to ban the 3 most overpowered heroes in your opinion, or the 3 heroes that you just feel like you absolutely cannot give the other team. The first picking phase, you usually grab 1 hero that you deem to be extremely important or like a cornerstone for the strategy that you want to run, and then you usually pick a either flexible hero or a support afterwards so that you don't give too much away. Sometimes you pick 2 of your cores if you really just believe in that strategy, but most of the time it's 1 hero you truly believe in and then a support or a flex. And the second ban phase, you're usually banning 1 hero that counters one of your first 2 picks, or the important hero from your first 2 picks, and then you're banning a hero that you are thinking is potentially going to counter your second phase of picks. And in your second phase of picks, you're going to kind of flesh out your strategy and respond to theirs with potential counter picks, and also like continue to build synergy within your own team.
Jesus Christ.
Right? You know, that's like a general synopsis of what I've seen from watching thousands of drafts of pros.
There's trends too. There's just like trends. What like certain heroes can be terrible and it can be trending in the pro scene. You have to draft the whole fucking game around that, even though you think it's bad.
Yeah.
Why is Wind not played in the pro scene? It's my favorite hero, so would love to know why she isn't played at the top tier. Basically because she's generally played as a support. She doesn't do anywhere near enough in the early game to justify being picked as a support. The reason for that is because she was a good support for a while, and her sort of playstyle got completely nerfed, so now her early game is weak as shit, but her late game as a core, it's not that strong either. Like, you just get some sort of purge for the wind run, and then she has no mobility, no ability to stay alive. Focus fire, single target. You need an Aghanim Scepter to make it good, otherwise there's a 70-second cooldown. Like, basically she's just not good at doing
anything.
Not particularly good at doing anything. She's just an all-around okay hero. I mean, she has like a stun. She has like a stun, a good nuke. She has a mobility thing that can be purged, so it's not that great. But like, Mars has a way better shackle shot, a way of farming super quickly as a core, a way of scaling. Arena of Blood is literally just the best ability in the game. It just doesn't do enough. That's like the bottom line. That's like the basic explanation. It just doesn't do enough to be. This is the same way I feel about Pudge personally. Is that like, if you pick him as a support, you don't do enough in the early game to justify picking him, and then you're good in the late game, but you fucking lost the early game so much that you don't want to pick the hero as a support, so you pick it as a core? No, because Pudge falls off as a core so much because he can't farm, he can't come back, he has to kill people, so you can't pick him as a core either. So it's like, you can't pick him as a core or as a support. What do you fucking do with Pudge? Basically, you pick it, lose the early game, and then hope to God you hit a hook. That's not a very consistent way of winning Dota, and I think Windranger is the same. You just pick this support to be useless in the early game, and then hope to God that you're useful in the late game. And then it's like, well, why aren't you just a useful hero in the early game and then also useful in the late game as a support?
Sorry. You're just talking about Windranger?
Windranger and Pudge. I'm just saying,
yeah, it just kind of
you
feels
could just
like
do the same thing in the late game with those heroes, except the better early game support.
Yeah, it just kind of feels like Windranger in particular needs one more item for the entire game. Like, you just never feel like you have quite enough.
Yeah, but then it's like what you're talking about as a core.
Yeah.
And then if you're a core, it's like you don't do enough as a core. Like, it's like you run Windranger carry then, but then Windranger doesn't do anywhere near enough compared to these other carries.
Right.
It's just in a weird spot, and the early game definitely needs to be buffed if it's a support, or if it's they want it to be a core. It needs to add 20 damage to focus fire or a mini stun or some ridiculous shit like that. It's like, yeah, now it's worth it to invest into her shitty early game to have a little bit better of a late game because her late game is good.
Right.
And believe me, man, I like Windranger, I like Pudge. Like, I want these heroes to be good, but yeah, they aren't. Guides and item builds for Templar, Assassin, Pudge, Juggernaut. Oh my god, these are these are general
questions. Here, I'll just spam it in chat.
Link it again. Yeah, link it again. Talent trees as well. Yeah, those exist. Okay, so I play mid meta in mind. If I fight a lot and I tend to win, but I have like 100 to 150 last hits, sometimes mid game, I just tend to fall back on items. How to manage farm in general, pushing towers, and 5-manning. Okay, so if you're pushing towers in 5-manning and you're not winning, then you need to choke the enemy team out and farm areas near the area that you want to fight. You can farm jungle, you can cut creep waves, you can get bounty runes. There's plenty of ways to be playing S5 and securing the map and playing early game. It's not just running your face into towers, getting counter pushed. Like, it sounds like you're getting counter pushed. It sounds like you're not actually 5-manning successfully. And in these situations, you shouldn't actually 5-man. Because if you're just getting counter pushed and you sit 5 in a tower and it takes 4 creep waves to kill a tower because a caudal is defending it, and they're out farming you, it's not worth killing that tower. You need to kill the caudal first. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I would concur.
Atos on Clinks. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Offlink Clinks?
It does actually sound reasonably good.
That sounds pretty sweet. You just Atos them into the ulti and then just hit them.
Yeah, that's the thing about Clinks is he's more of a team fighter now. He definitely can still be a pick-off hero, but I don't think you want to be dropping your ulti to pick people off.
I feel like Vlad's Spirit Vessel medallion plus Atos would be probably like a pretty good build on Clinks. Like all of this, that's 6 slots, right?
It gives them tankiness. It gives them a bunch of mana regeneration. It gives
utility and their pseudo damage items.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that.
I see a lot of people on Nyx Assassin going for Spirit Vessel, like Spirit Vessel Meteor Hammer as a core, and I really love these items on these cores because it's like they're utility items, but they're also like pseudo damage items that these heroes actually need. Like if you walk up as Nyx and you Vendetta Impale them and you Spirit Vessel them and run them down, you can actually solo kill them. Same with if you have a Meteor Hammer. But they also give utility outside of that, so you're still being an offlane. You're still being a good little support by building these items, because you can heal people with the Spirit Vessel, you can kill waves with Meteor Hammer, you can kill towers with Meteor Hammer. You're not just being this like moron who's building like a Desolator on Nyx Assassin because it's like, oh, or Dagon because it's like, oh, it's damage. It's like, well, you can get damage, build a Solar Crest, build a Spirit Vessel. They're damage, but they do more shit. I see on Nature's Prophet, people are doing that too. Like, that's why I really love this Vlad's item. That's why I really love Medallion, because they are utility items that give you tankiness. They give you ability to support your team. They give you essentially this like supporty healer role, but also damage if you want it on a hero that's like a semi-carry. It's actually perfect. It's like they're the perfect items. Like offlane Sven building into Vlad's, that shit like blew everything wide open in terms of offlane itemization. Everybody just realized like you can build into like you can build into these damage items basically, but still have utility.
Yeah, here's the thing: is people really need to stop building for solo kill potential on every hero that they play. It's like vitally important to progressing in the game of Dota that you start building into items that actually benefit your whole team, and that means you have to completely shift how you're playing the game, because I'm sure that most people who are building strictly for solo kill potential look at the game of Dota as being entirely up to them whether they win or lose. So let me rephrase. It's entirely up to them whether they win and entirely up to their team whether they lose, because they're going to do their job by getting kills. And that's just like objectively wrong. That's not how Dota works. It has absolutely no bearing on whether you win or lose if you can just solo kill a hero. What has bearing on whether you win or lose is whether your team does more damage when you guys inevitably fight each other.
Yep.
And so more damage and more sustain. That's also very important. If you have a lot of damage, but the other team has just infinite sustain, you're probably going to lose the fight. So
that's why I'm saying like I like these items, because they give you a little bit of the solo kill pick-off potential, but without being a fucking useless moron,
right,
and just having solo kill potential instead of team fight potential and split push potential and healing and all of these other things. Like,
right,
these mixed items are nuts. They're way too good.
I really like this example of Clinks, because the standard build on Clinks that you see in pubs is somebody goes for probably something like Treads into Desolator into Monkey King Bar, maybe with a Diffusal Blade thrown in there, a Daedalus, something like that, BKB if they're lucky. That's it. What does that do in a team fight? It does nothing. It literally does nothing. Dude, you purge
somebody, man. They're slowed.
It does nothing.
That's slow.
Imagine if you have an Atos and a Solar Crest and a Spirit Vessel. Here's what you can do. You can initiate the fight for your team from half a screen away. Then you can decide whether you want to fight that. Once the other team engages into your team, you can now Ghost Walk behind. You could pick off one of their supports. You can Spirit Vessel their tanky-ass Huskar who's bodying your team. Suddenly, he's not tanky anymore.
You can Medallion Roche. You can Medallion your team when you're sieging. You can Medallion to save somebody. You can Medallion to kill somebody. You can not Medallion anybody so you get the armor. There are so many things you can do, as well as picking people off.
Yeah, exactly.
So why not do both? Why not do both? I'm actually making a video on this top 5 mistakes people make in like below ancient bracket, and that's basically one of them. Is that people build really dumb exclusive damage items. I watched it was in a game yesterday. I've done so many like coaching and replays recently, but it was in like a 2 to 3K game. There's a PA that went Daedalus, and it's like, oh my god, he was against a Zeus and he went Daedalus, no BKB, and they just fed and lost. And it's like, dude, Daedalus, your fucking character has a crit. You already crit. Exactly. You went Daedalus because it's like, so I already have a Deso, I already have a Battle Fury. What other damage items are there? Bloodthorn? Nah, I don't want to cast anything.
He just wants to one hit everybody. That's like his only purpose in life.
God, you know what's so sad too is when you crit with PA and get the Daedalus crit, it does the sound of the coup de grace, except it doesn't do anywhere near as much damage.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just sad.
Funny.
It's just super sad. Anyway, let us continue. That was a good rant.
Yeah.
Why is Pango OP and how can it be balanced? It's basically the silence, in my opinion.
Yeah, silence is way better than disarm.
It's just having this hero who was already extremely good, totally lacking disable, giving him a disable and a silence built in just as too much. Like we talked about how a lot of heroes in Dota, they're balanced around the fact that they're extremely good at some things, but just atrocious at other things. Like Tiny is an extremely good hero, for example. He can kill waves, can farm really well, he can kill towers. There's a lot that Tiny does, but he's so fucking slow. Like he's like one of the slowest heroes in the game. So you either have to be good at playing a really slow hero and positioning really well in Tiny, or you get items. Like there's a cost to playing Tiny for all of those strengths. And the cost of picking Pango before was that he had like no disable other than the ulti.
But so when not even very reliable either. So
right. So when you add in this form of disable that's like relatively reliable, and even if it's not reliable because you get unlucky, it's still extremely good. Like the silence lasts a really long time. The slow is a lot.
6-second cooldown to apply it. That's ridiculous too.
Yeah, it's very good. So it's basically Pango needs to be nerfed. A lot of his things need to be toned down a little bit. Or they just need to remove that element of him altogether. But I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Pango is it comes back to being able to do a lot of things well. He can shove waves instantly with a Javelin or a Maelstrom.
He carries, builds utility items, has mobility, he's super fast, has mana regen, extremely tanky, team fight, ultimate. He has a magic immunity. He has 2 mobility abilities. They scale. Yeah, there's so much that's good about him. And now it's like, oh, we'll give him a silence. Ah, fuck you, man. Come on. Give that to Pudge. Why not make a rot silence or some shit? Come on, man. Let's go. Let's have
incredibly broken, sir.
Let's make a rot silence. Make it a talent, dude. Come on. Level 20 talent, rot now silences. That'd be great. He's just Night Stalker.
Yeah, he's literally Night Stalker with 5,000 HP.
Yeah, whatever, dude. That's fine. Fine by me, dude. I'll get top 100. I'll be on, dude. Remember the last time Pudge was broken? How quickly I got top 100? Oh my god!
You gained like 1,200 MMR in like a month.
I was consistently like ranked 61 to like 100. God, it's been a struggle since then, man.
I remember that.
It's been a struggle. What's your new job, Elevated? What do you do, Donnie?
I'm doing marketing and video work for a manufacturing company.
Sean Alexander says Donnie's new job is an anchor for the meta report.
I mean, that's also true. I have many jobs, many hats to wear.
Oh my god. It's just so tough when you're, a marketing guy by night and then the meta report host by day. You're basically just like Superman, except with bigger muscles, bigger balls.
More balls.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
I don't think we're going to be able to catch up with the questions, so I think we should just start.
We're almost there.
Okay.
We're almost there. Oh, wait a minute. No, we're not. No, we're not. Oh my god, there's so many questions. All right, well, we'll go to the Alchemy Discord, because I think we got a few in there. We got Prime Operator, our boy, Hawkulaner, aka Kuroki, also. Yes. Question, during the first 10 minutes, I just did coaching with Hawkulaner. When is it good to stack the hard camp? Seems both teams want the hard camp stacked. Seems like the safe lane position 5 wants to stack the hard camp, and the off lane support also wants to do that. Okay, you want to stack the hard camp when you are in control of the lane and you have somebody that can take it. So, like, if you're completely destroying the lane, then that camp is yours, because if they try to take it, you kill them. If you don't have control of the lane and they're winning, then you stack that. You're just giving it to them. That's the thing. It's like, I've seen in competitive games, people will literally stack the Ancients on the enemy side of the map because they're so sure that they have an advantage that they can just go take those Ancients. It's like, if these guys come over here, we'll fuck them up. We'll destroy them. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if they want to take it, that's an opportunity for you to just kill them. So it's like, In either case, you get the camp or you kill them, so it's good. So yeah, if you have an advantage and you have somebody that can take it. If you have like no heroes that can kill stacks and they do, then it doesn't even matter if you have an advantage because they'll just scoot over when you're gone and take it. And just thank God that you were dumb enough to stack for them.
Right.
You know, it can also be used to, if you double stack, for example, it can be used to clear creeps faster if you pull. That's also a good use of it. If you do stack and you don't have people to take the stack, like call your whole team over and kill the stack. It's really worth it. Like stacks should be seen as an objective. These are things that should be seen as an objective that aren't in Dota. Stacks, specifically ancient stacks, bounty runes, putting wards down and securing an area, and creep waves, pushing creep waves out. Like these things people don't see as objectives, but they are because they influence the game as much as getting a tower. And those are traditionally objectives.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, how many times have you seen a pro team make a rotation from one safe lane to the other to take a stack that the other team has started to accumulate? Like,
all right, so
pretty often.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's very common because that's the gold advantage. If everything else is even, then that's going to be a gold advantage. Just getting that or losing that is a disadvantage.
Yep.
So Enigma's Flame says, are there any slightly obscure mechanics that you guys know of? And then link this TA video. I'm going to quit. It's 30 seconds. So I'm going to quickly watch it. So it's something. I think it's something with the side blades hitting based on her position when she's standing, something like that. But I don't want to watch the whole thing because we're doing this. But are there any obscure mechanics that we know? Well, I just posted a video. Like, I know a decent amount of obscure mechanics. I always forget because I write them down because there's so many in Dota. But like, if you're stunned, for example, if you're Visage and your birds and you are stunned, you can still use the black or the bird landing thing by pressing it on your hero, even if your hero is stunned and your birds are stunned.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
So you can like cancel black holes and stuff. Like maybe black hole's the only thing because I know it silences too, but you can essentially like while you're stunned, you can. So if your axe called, you can
stun the axe.
Stun the axe, yeah. And he's not going to be able to cast anything on you.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck? Doesn't make because you're both the birds and Visage are stunned. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So there's tons of things like that. With Pudge, there's obviously quite a few things with that hero. Like just the way that hitboxes are circular, and the hook box is rectangular. So you can use that to like get the hook box through. If you just like look at angles with circles and squares, like if you were to manipulate, well, even with circles you can do some weird stuff, but with a rectangle that's smaller, moving between these large circles, you can like throw hooks that look like they curve into people because all that has to happen is that little rectangular hook hitbox has to intersect with one of the circles. So you can do all of these weird hooks where it's like you hook through a creep wave and then it's like and pull somebody and they're like, what the fuck? That curved. It's like, well, no, it's just, rectangles and circles and angles and stuff.
Yeah.
There's
a
tons
lot of
stuff
stuff that like modifies being able to do things like Nature's Prophet can like sprout barracks and you can sprout the ancient to like deny for a little while.
You can sprout a Phoenix egg too.
Yeah. That one's really cool because it hides the eggs. You can't even see it to hit it. You can still cut the first creep wave and delay it enough to make it be in the enemy tower to get a free like double wave under your tower by tombstoning the first wave in the safe lane or using cogs because the creeps will attack those units automatically.
God.
And so you can fissure the wave with Earthshaker to hold it back so that your creep wave ends up in their tower and the creeps die off and then you get a double wave. So
I had no idea you could do that with the tombstone. That's hilarious.
Yeah, you can do that, which is kind of funny.
Christ.
You have to take tomb at level 1, which is pretty bad, but
it's awful.
At the same time, you do get a double wave under your tower, and if you block their creep camp, then who cares?
Just Dota things, man. Prime Operator, our boy, says, question, when do you think building drums on NP is interesting? When do you think buying a recipe for drums is interesting? I'm not a huge fan of drums on NP, man. Like, I don't even like boots that much on NP. I always sell my boots relatively early. I like you can just TP around anywhere, and I really feel like a Vlad's early is. I mean, that's my opinion. That's my opinion on it.
I still don't really feel like I like drums very much. I pretty much find, and I'm just speaking in general terms on any hero, I basically find any reason not to buy drums every game that I play. I'm like, well,
You
I need
could
to be a
need
little
a
bit more
Crimson, you could
tanky.
need a Vlad's.
Yeah, if I feel like I need to be a little bit more tanky, okay, maybe I can make an excuse to just buy an Atos or, any other stat item, maybe a couple bracers and then something else. If I need mana regeneration and tankiness, I could definitely go for something like a medallion and a bracer that accomplishes essentially. I don't know. There's something about drums that it just doesn't feel like it's a very useful item. I don't like the fact that it runs out of charges and then it's just kind of like this shitty item that sits in your inventory, takes up space, and gives you kind of mediocre stats.
I just think there are like more effective early game items for doing the exact same thing. I really like Meteor Hammer on NP. I really like Atos. I really like Vlad's, obviously. Solar Crest, building into an early medallion's amazing. Hell, you could go Greaves. That's TP in and Greaves somebody. I really Spirit Vessel broken. Lots of people are building that on Nature's Prophet. I really feel like just the fact that you can TP anywhere, the movement speed is wasted on him.
It's not like you're usually chasing people down either.
Yeah, like I said, I usually sell the boots relatively early, but maybe that just has to do with the way that I prefer to play Nature's Prophet. I do split push a lot more, cut waves, look to pick one support off in the back of a fight, push towers my team is fighting, stuff like that. So maybe that's just like a personal preference thing. That's very possible. All right, we've gone for a decent amount of time. Do you want to do like a speed round and then we'll close it out?
Yeah, are there no more in the Patreon?
No, we're good with the Patreon boys.
Okay, cool. I'll read the questions. You give me a 2-word answer. I'll respond. How about that?
All right, let's do it. 2 words. Okay.
I mean, it is okay. We'll do 5 words. 5 words is a little more flexible. Okay. Question, big dogs. I calibrated at Guardian 4, went 2 and 8 in my games because my carries couldn't close out the game. I played position 5, was a Crusader 3 after last season. I'm in garbage tier now. What would you suggest to get out?
Pick heroes with more control.
Stop blaming your team. Wards.
All right.
Okay, what is the item difference as a support to get depending on early end game carry to a late game carry? So basically, if you have an early game carry versus a late game carry, what should you itemize as a support?
Basically the same stuff. Earn.
Utility items and wards. Yeah. Okay. Would you say Solar Crest is good on Monkey King?
Yes.
Solar Crest is good in general.
Yeah. It's 2 words.
How do you counter Jug in lane? What heroes are good against him? Seems like his spin does too much.
Axe, Nature's Prophet, Ursa,
Weaver, Pangolier,
Queen of
Pain. I got you, buddy.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Let's see. What are some of the best tri-lane carries? Luna?
Sven. Ursa.
Jug. Pretty good.
Yeah. Shit. Fuck. That's all my words.
That's all your words. All right. Let's see. How do you guys feel about Enchantress 3?
That's one of my favorite heroes. Not great. Not great.
Defer to Jenkins on this. What do you think about Sol Ring first item on Pudge? Helps you deny yourself in some situations.
Costs too much money.
Defer to Jenkins on this one. 4 heroes to spam at 2k and mid besides Viper mid.
At 2k. Let's see.
Funka, Flop, Razor, Necrophos, and
2K.
Zeus.
Oh, Zeus. That's a good one. Zeus is good.
Okay, let's see. Thoughts on Axe? Rash.
Decent as a support.
Yes. Group or solo queue?
Solo queue.
Solo queue, 100%.
You're asking two degenerates, though. So.
5-roll hero to take towers if Frost is banned.
Leshrac.
Jakiro.
Nature's Prophet.
Actually, fuck Jakiro. That hero sucks.
He's okay. I think he's okay.
So slow. Wraith King. Skeletons.
5. He said 5. Not a 4.
Okay. What are the strongest offlane heroes to play in the 4 to 5k bracket? I play everything but Brew and Beastmaster. This will be the last question.
Nature's, Necro, Mars, obviously. That counts as 1, by the way. Queen of Pain with Guardian Greaves, Atos, and Enigma. Batrider.
Darkseer, Ursa, Chaos Knight.
I don't like Darkseer, man. It requires too much like coordination with people.
In pubs, sure.
Yeah, that's. I like it in competitive.
Doom. I would say Doom.
Oh, Doom. Yeah. Doom.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Alchemy Answers 25. We appreciate your questions. We appreciate the patrons who continue to support us. And
make sure to check out patreon.com/Dota Alchemy and check out those delicious perks. What's fucking wrong with me? But go check it out.
Delicious candies that we give people.
I need to get therapy. It's expensive. It's very expensive.
Also, be sure to check out the video that's going to come out either tonight or in the next couple of days, which will be answering a lot of these very common questions that I felt should probably be answered in a slightly longer form. All right, guys, take care. Good luck in your games. We'll see you in the next episode.
Peace.
Oh.